Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sapna, is it public live? Make it public live.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening. How are you all?
Fine, sir.
Fine,
sir.
How is life?
Good, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm on the top of the world, Aarti, madam. So let us start with the today and tomorrow 6:15 is the scheduled. What schedule?
R2E.
Audible? Audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
This is a very short video made by our student, okay, spontaneously of the actual photos and videos of our Abba. Those Bangalore people who missed the need ಇದೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, okay? Enjoy, ಊರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, enjoy.
ಆಕಾಶ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಯಾಕಿದೆಯೋ ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅಂಜೋರ ಈ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಸಿದ್ಧಿ ಮುಗಿದನ್ನೇ ಮುಂದಾಡಿ ರಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಹಾರೋ ಆಕಾಶ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಯಾಕಿದೆಯೋ ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆಯೋ ಕನಸಿನ ನೋಟಿಗೆ ಚಿಲ್ಲರೆ ಬೇಕೆ ನಗುವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಮರೆತೆವು ಕಿಸೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕತ್ತ ಚಂದ್ರನ ಚೂರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪತ್ತೆ ಮಾಡುವರಾರು ಹೋರಾಗಿದೆ ಈ ಭೂಪಟ ಹಾರಾಟವೇ
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮೂವಿ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ They stayed in our house. We had a gala moment next day. Tejaswaraj karಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಮ್ಮನೆಲ್ಲ. Nice. Okay. Objective done. ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೋದು ಔಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಐ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. Okay. Right. Big worrying is going to happen on Sunday. So today is only a trailer cut teaser. Okay. Okay. Good evening, friends. A short revision class on advanced accounting. When I was going through this material, I realized, so advanced accounting, as I keep telling, syllabus is very limited, but accounting standards are more as far as group 2 accounts are concerned. Ananya, so it is phased into one third, consisting of 4 chapters, which I will be doing today. 1/3 consisting of 4 chapters tomorrow. Another 1/3 will be accounting standard, which will do it next week. Okay. And tomorrow regular class also I'll be starting account starts only. Both group people must attend because there are a lot of interconnection between what you call the group 1 and group 2 account standards. So don't miss. So with this, let us straight away get into the material. Material share agilala. If class adu kudle Resmi athava Sapna share the material. Sorry, we should have shared it. Yes. Understand, yeah, material?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
How to start with the, how to read account starts? Add ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಶ್ಮಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು yeah. Okay. In group 1 material, we have written how to prepare for account start center. Okay, that anyway, I'm not going to handle account start today. That also will be added. Rashmi, it has been added today. SMS told alva. Change ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿರಾ? Yeah, okay, anyway, we'll discuss later. So, account start, ಅದು ಒಂದು topic, since we are going to do it later, we can add that later. But otherwise, also from the group 1, you read. Next. The first practical chapter, account starts we are not doing, I said. Partnership accounts ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Amalgamation, the chapter, extremely important, big chapter. Now, AS 14, I'm audible correctly?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Deals with accounting for amalgamations. The corporate restructuring can be classified under amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction, internal reconstruction, and demerger. These two, I am keeping it separate. These three together. So amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction, all three are same, covered under AS 14. Internal reconstruction is not same. It is differently, easily discussed. Demerger, not in the syllabus. Coming backwards, demerger is an existing company split into two or more companies. For example, Wipro had all activities under one roof 4 years back. Then they said, no, it is becoming too much mess for the management. That's why let's keep software with Wipro. For all of our activities, they separated and started a company called Wipro Enterprise Private Limited. It's called demerger. Separating the existing company into two or more is called demerger, CA final syllabus. Then coming to intermediate, you have amalgamation. Two or more companies coming together, forming a new company is called amalgamation. A Limited and B Limited merge and form AB Limited, amalgamation. Absorption, big fish is eating small fish. So big limited eating a small limited. Brahmandro, Asak Baru Deepa. Next. So external reconstruction is an existing company getting closed, Aditi Rao, and start a new company. Aditi Limited getting closed and becoming Aditi New Limited is called external reconstruction. Internal reconstruction, will keep it separate. Amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction, accounting is absolutely same. In amalgamation, you have to close two companies, start one company. Absorption, you have to close one company normally, start passing entries in the acquisition entries, acquisition entries in the books of a transferring company. External reconstruction, Akshata, close only one company and start only one company. So, if you know how to close one company, can't you close 2 or 3 companies? Answer is yes. So, till now, 8 out of 10 amalgamation questions are on amalgamation. Absorption. 2 questions may be on amalgamation. Are you listening? Or sometimes external reconciliation. There may be exceptional case where A Limited absorbing B Limited and C Limited, they can ask. So that means you have to columnary open, okay, B Limited and C Limited ledger account, and you have to do it. So I repeat, AS 14 deals, AS para 3A, amalgamation means amalgamation within the meaning of Companies Act. The definition still says 1956, or any other law applicable to companies. So what I am teaching today, okay, is only of companies. Tomorrow when we teach amalgamation of firms, AS 14 is not applicable. Accounting may somewhat similar, realization account etc. may be similar, but the AS 14 is not applicable for DIPA amalgamation of firms. It is only for amalgamation of companies, because the definition only says amalgamation means amalgamation within the meaning of Companies Act or any other law applicable to companies. For example, Banking Regulation Act may have to be applied for the banking companies. First point. Next. So amalgamation includes amalgamation, absorption, external reconstruction. In amalgamation, Chandan, minimum 2 closure, one company start. Absorption, minimum one company close and start one company. External reconstruction, only one company get closed and start a new company. That's called external reconstruction. So as per AS14, there are two methods of amalgamation. Para 3E, para 3E, E means fifth alphabet, 5 conditions. Amalgamation in the nature of merger. When all the 5 conditions of, when all the 5 conditions of amalgamation, para 3 are satisfied, it is called amalgamation in the nature of PP, merger. Even if one condition is not satisfied, it is called amalgamation in the nature of a purchase. So 5 conditions, easy to remember, Ranjit. Imagine B Limited, throughout the discussion, B Limited is getting merged with the A Limited. A Limited is a transferee company, B Limited is a transferor company. So 5 conditions. Condition number 1, all assets and liabilities of the transferor company should be transferred to transferee company. All means all. Building, machinery, fictitious asset, general reserve, P&L, everything. The only item which is not transferred is share capital. Is it clear? All means all. So incidental, that is the 4th condition there. I'll go in the connection. All those assets and liabilities taken over, darshan, should be recorded to book value. So building is taken at 500 lakh, even though the book value is 100 lakh. Baad mein gaya 500 lakh. Recorded to book value. So first condition, all assets and liabilities should be taken over. Recorded to book value. Next, only item which you don't take over is the share capital. I said. Here they make mention about second condition. At least 90% of the equity shareholders in value must agree for amalgamation. At least 90% of the equity shareholders matra. Preference share ಬಗ್ಗೆ para 3 ನಲ್ಲಿ condition ಇಲ್ಲ. At least 90% of the equity shareholders in value must agree for amalgamation. See, if they agree, what you should do? You have to give them equity shares in our company. So if the third condition, so whoever agrees for amalgamation, give them equity shares of a transferee company. So B Limited is getting closed, A Limited is taking over. 100 lakh is the share capital of B Limited. 90% of 100 lakh people are agreeing. Amalgamation in the nature of merger. Assuming 93% agree. How many percentage? 93% agree. All the 93% you should give them equity shares. However, if there's a fractional share, it may be given by cash. For example, you have a purchase consideration come to 10 lakh 36,946. Your PC is based on 100 rupees. 46 rupees cannot be given in what you call shares. You can give by cash. Arthak area. And the last condition, transferee company should have an intention to carry on the business of transferor company. Transferee company should have an intention to carry on the business of transfer company. So, amalgamation can be of any nature. Sir, Bata Chappals Limited is amalgamating with the TCS Software Limited. Chappal software there is no necessity. You are just adding the financials. Why the hell you are bothered about the nature of business? Understanding the nature of business can be anything and everything. So 5 conditions for para 3. All assets and liabilities should be taken over, recorded at book value. Only when there is a uniformity affected, you can change it. Otherwise, it should be recorded book value. At least 90% of the equity shareholders in value must agree for amalgamation. Give them equity shares except fractional shares. Transferring company should have an intention to carry the business of transfer a company. All the 5 conditions are satisfied. Amalgamation in the nature of merger. One condition not satisfied. Amalgamation in the nature of purchase. For merger method, the method of accounting. First 2 are methods of amalgamation. Now I am talking about methods of accounting. So for merger method, Deepa, for merger method of accounting is pooling of interest method. Pooling of interest method. What is pooling of interest? Pooling of interest method. So for merger method of accounting is what? Pooling of interest. For purchase method. No confusion. Arthak idea, Chetra. Merger method, you have the pooling of interest method of accounting. Purchase method. Pooling of interest method is easiest one out of the sky. Add line by line assets and liability. Building year, add. Book value, everything should be recorded book value. Building, machinery, cash, everything you add. Premium expense, everything you add. General reserve, P&L, debenture, everything you add. Only item we should not add is share capital. Understood? So, second step. The share capital to be taken is transferring company share capital will remain as it is plus PC discharged. What is the PC you are discharged? That you add. So, everything you have taken at book value, the difference can arise only when there is a difference between PC and total share capital. Now visualize. All assets are 100 lakh. Share capital 20 lakh. Everything else is 80 lakh. Line by line, 180 are added. So if the PC is 20 lakh, there cannot be difference. There cannot be difference. Are you visualizing? Rahul Jain. So 100 line by line add किया आपने. Liabilities add किया 20. PC आपने 20 दिया तो there cannot be difference power. Whereas PC is 22 or 18. PC minus total share capital. Para 3 does not talk about preference share. Focus. Everything focus. Para 3 doesn't talk about preference share capital. But here we are talking about total share capital. So PC is 22 lakh. Total share capital is 20 lakh. Difference 2 lakh rupees has to be adjusted against the stat says reserves. You adjust plus or minus, both you adjust against reserve only. General reserve nahi hai to you have to take it to the P&L account debit balance. समझ में आ रहा है? Fine. This is about a pooling of interest method. Purchase method. Purchase method is existing balance sheet of A Limited as it is plus B Limited assets and liabilities at the agreed value. What value you agree to take over? Building book value 300, market value 500. If you agree to take over 500, add 500. Add kitna? Manya 500. So add at a agreed value. Add at a agreed value. So the difference between here you will not take everything. Reserves nahi lena hai. Purchase method reserves nahi lena hai. You have to take only those assets and liabilities which are taken over. Reserves nahi lena hai. Then difference between PC and net assets. Only PC and total share capital. Only PC and net assets. Plus andre goodwill, negative andre capital. Plus andre goodwill, negative andre capital. Such goodwill has to be amortized over 5 years unless longer period is justified. Artha aita. Under the purchase method, one special point is statute reserves also should be reinstated by passing the entry amalgamation adjustment reserve account debit Divya method book to concerned statute reserve account. Amalgamation adjustment reserve account debit to concerned statute reserve account. So both have to be shown in the balance sheet under reserves and surplus only. Again, group 1 is the format ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, company accounts format. So schedule 3 format. So reserves and surplus only. Amalgamation adjustment reserve within the bracket 300. Investment allowance reserve 200. Then export profit reserve 100. Both will appear within the reserves and surplus only. 2 items plus 1 item negative, impact is 0. Artha aita? So pooling of interest method, all reserves are taken. So there is no question of separately talking about statute reserves. Whereas purchase method, very good Aditi. Purchase method, you are reinstating statute reserve by passing the entry amalgamation adjustment reserve account debit concerned statute reserve. Visualize ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, full register visualize ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Right. Next. So these are about the account stats. Now coming to the accounting aspect. Accounting aspect ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? Amalgamation, absorption, external reconciliation. All the cases transfer company. Transfer company ಗೂ AS14 ಗೂ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. There is no connection between AS14 and transfer company. ನೀವು ನಾಜಾಯ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಕೊಡಬೇಡಿ. नहीं देना है. AS14 is mainly for transferee company. Transfer company book ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ transfer company ಹಾಳಾಗೋದ್ರಿ ನಮ್ಮ book ಅಲ್ಲಿ transfer company ಅಲ್ಲಿ if it is the absorption 1 column, if it is an amalgamation 2 column. So for example, if you're talking A Limited is absorbed B Limited, just in the books of B Limited, A Limited and B Limited getting merged. What is it? Transfer companies column relation account A Limited B Limited. Don't waste time doing ಒಂದೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಬೇಡ. Twins ಸಾಕು, ಓಕೆನಾ? 2 columns. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Fast and quick ದೀಪ. Right. So what is the step I decided? ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಮ್ಮ ದೀಪ, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬಾ. ಸೊ ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀದೇವಿ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ದೀಪನ್ಗೆ, ಬೇಡದೆಲ್ಲ. ರೈಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನನಗ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. All asset accounts use which balance?
Debit balance.
Credit is the same. All liabilities accounts use which balance?
Credit
Credit
balance.
balance.
For relation account only, 2 concerned asset account at which value?
Book value.
Purchase better?
Agreed.
ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಟೈಮ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ವಾಪಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ 5 ಪೈಸೆ NMM ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಟ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಡು, ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರು. ದಿವ್ಯ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳೆ, ಅವ್ಳು ತಿಂದಿದ್ದು ಜೀರ್ಣ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಈಗಲೇ. ಈಗಷ್ಟೇ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೊದಲು ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡಿ ಬೇರೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗೂ ಏಸ್ ಫುಡ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಬಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ತಾನೆ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಆಗಿ? ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ LBMC. ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳ. ಏನು ಅನ್ಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. AS14 and transfer company.
AS14 and transfer
company.
No sambandha.
No
ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಂಬಂಧಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಂಬಂಧಂ లేదు. ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಜ್ಜಿ. Are you a marla? Give connection. Good body, quick. So realization account ಅಲ್ಲಿ everything should be at book value. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ you are in the process of ಮುಚ್ಚಿಂಗ್, you are closing. ನೀವು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 100 lakh. If you write any other figure, ಏನ್ ಮುಚ್ಚಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? You are use the brain. So whether the ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟೂ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಟೂ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬುಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್, ಟೂ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ at book value, by liabilities at book value, then open preference shareholders account if any, by preference share capital, equity shareholders account ಅಲ್ಲಿ by equity share capital, all the reserves, general reserve, capital redemption, debenture redemption reserve ಎಲ್ಲ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಇವರು ನೋಡಿ ಶೀರ್ಷಾಸನ ಇವ್ರು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದು. ಈಗ ಇಬ್ರು ದಿವ್ಯ ದೀಪ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀರಾ? ಶೀರ್ಷಾಸನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀರ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಂತಾವಳೆ, ಒಂದ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಕಸ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವಳೆ ಅವಳು. ಸೊ ರಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್, ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್. ದೆನ್ ಇಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೈ ಇಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಯೂಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಆಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್, all liabilities transferred, all share capital done. Balance sheet is closed. Now open, close, open, close. Realization account only by Hari Limited, Y Limited, Nipidre, by transferee company, PC due. Then open Hari Limited account, to relation account. Whatever you receive by equity shares, by preference share, by cash. Adana concerned stakeholder could be realization account final balance transfer to equity shareholders account. Equity shareholders account must match. Artha. After that, prepare the balance sheet of the transfer company. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? 9:30ಗೆ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊ, ಬೇಗ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊ ಜೋರಾಗಿ. ಎಲ್ರು ಹೊಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೇಮ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೆ, ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊ. ಶ್ರೇಯಸ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ. ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮಲಯಾಳಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು. ಜ್ವರ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು? ದೇವ್ರು ಕಂಡ್ರು, ಅನ್ಬಿಲಿಯಬಲ್. ಅದೇ 9 o'clock ಡೀಪ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪಾ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್. PP ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. ಅವಳು ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಲ ಅವಳು. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್. Balance sheet closed. There is no question of reopening the balance sheet. Balance sheet is closed. The process itself is what? Closing the balance sheet. Understanding? Tejaswini, TJ. That's a little. Okay, next. So balance sheet is closed. I hope you understood. Right? Now transferee company book ali 3 entries normally. Business purchase account debit to liquidator of transfer company. Next, concerned asset account debit to concerned liability to business purchase. Business purchase debit agidare agadre credit agಬೇಕು. Then liquidator of transfer company to equity share capital, preference share capital to bank account, purchase consideration step in the bargaining. This is the accounting concept. Artha aita? Purchase consideration para 3G ನಿಮ್ಮ G ಏನದು? Consideration means the aggregate of shares and other securities issued and payment made in the form of a cash and other assets to the shareholders of transfer company. So B limited ಅಲ್ಲಿ equity share capital, preference share capital. So ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? What you give is called PC. There are 3 methods of computation of PC. Net asset method, assets minus liability taken over at agreed value. PC ಗೂ methods of amalgamation ಗೂ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. PC ಗೂ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ PC ಗೂ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್ ಗೂ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ. PC is my company, Shreyas company. We sit across the table and decide Esther in company got not decide. Then they account. They may go by pooling of interest or pooling of interest. ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So assets at agreed value plus liabilities at agreed value if taken over. Differential about the PC. Second one, payment method. They'll say for equity shareholders we are given so and so, preferred shareholders we are given so and so. Whatever they are given, everything you add, that is called payment method. The third method is called share exchange method. So Wipro and Infosys, they are exchanging their shares. Number of shares of transferor company into value per share of
Transfer.
ನೋಡಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಐ ನೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಐ ನೋ ಐ ಲವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟುಪಿಡ್ ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓನ್ ವೈಫ್ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡಿ ನಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ದ ವೇ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಗ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ LBMs ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರರ್ ಈಗಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ್ದು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಈ ಚಂದನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಏನು ಸೊ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರರ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಪರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಆಫ್
Transferor company.
Wipro, you are doing a work value. Wipro is been Infosys is taking over Wipro. You are doing the valuation of Wipro, number of shares of Wipro into value per share of Wipro. This is the PC. That amount, if Infosys is discharging, then PC divided by value per share of Infosys, because Infosys is discharging the shares. Artha agta idea? So how do I know which method? Go ulta. Share exchange, the ratio may be given. Share payment method ge equity shareholders and preferred shareholders ge a PC statement il kanda there are two parts X and Y in our regular class. X is kitna dena hai, how much to give. Y is what to give. Equity share capital consider made equity share capital 100 lakh. They say equity shareholders are discharged by giving equity shares at 10% premium. X is given, Y is given. Rahul, Rahul Jain. Answer. Y is given. Shareholders pakka percentage illa alli. It is after equity shareholders are given equity shares at 10% premium. Shares pakka premium irodu. Adu X alla Y. Second sentence. Equity shareholders are discharged at 10% premium. Shareholders pakkana 10% ide. Equity shareholders are given 10% premium. Equity shareholders are discharged at 10% premium by giving equity shares. Shareholders pakka 10% idre, that is X. Kitna dena hai. Shares ke baaju mein 10% idre, that is Y. So X is given for both the categories. Prema, very good. Then you have to go by payment method. Otherwise you have to go by Alegandar Pada. Aleganda yaro Arti?
Net payment. Asset method.
Net payment. Net asset. Net asset method. So share exchange method, payment method, ಅಥವಾ net asset method. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Fine. And PC statement 3-step approach. 3-step. Amount of PC ಏನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡೋದು ಮಾಡಿ. Second one is what is the mode of discharge? How, in what way are giving? And the third one is important. Accounting treatment in the books of transferring company. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ recall ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Equity share capital credit, preferred share capital credit, etc. This is about the amalgamation. Clear? Right. Next, internal reconstruction. One more incident, very easy chapter. You should jump. Internal reconstruction ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗಬೇಡಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ 3-4 ಜನ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು ಬಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಒಳಗೊಳಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ರು ನಾನೊಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಎಪ್ಪಲ್ CA ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇಕಾ? An apple a day, Aditi, keep the doctor away. If the nurse is beautiful, keep the apple away. Alva. Yeah, give me. Yen Prema, idea ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕೆಲ ಮೇಲ್ ನರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿ. Next, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅದು? Internal reconstruction is very simple. Where you are doing the restructuring without closing the company. Two approaches. Capital reduction account approach and share surrender approach. Capital reduction account approach. First approach, very simple. All asset accounts with which balance?
Debit balance.
If you have to cancel, credit it. So asset increases, debit. Asset decreases, credit. Understanding? So whenever you talk about Mother Reddy garu namaskara, Dubai and they are settling from Dubai and so namaste sir. Yeah. So asset account shows the debit balance. So if it increase, debit karo. Asset account, if it is decrease, it is decrease or credit karo. Open an account called capital reduction account, reconstruction account, or reorganization account. Any increase in the asset, write it on the credit side, then income. Any decrease is a loss, right? Building is revalued, blah, blah, blah. Second point, shareholders forgo something. Share capital shows which balance? Credit balance.
Credit balance.
Other debit body, reconstruction will credit body. So whatever increase, profit bandidana, profit increase in the asset, capital credit body, all the losses debit body, final profit lying down, compulsorily, you have to use the same for writing off in the following order. Very good, Deepa. First one, the worst asset what you can have is P&L account debit balance. You know? P&L account debit. Next worst asset is fictitious asset, like preliminary expense, etc. Next, mostly they are loss-making company and showing goodwill. Nonsense. Write off the goodwill also. So, these three must be written off. Sir, kodilla. So, they will not give you, you should still do it. Yavado? First one is what?
P&L account
debit balance.
Goodwill. Other assets if they give, you right. Then balance sheet figure has to be transferred to capital reserve account. It is as simple as that. Second approach, slightly technical. One question, is better. They will ask once in blue moon, very rarely. First question is important. Second question is second approach, share surrender approach. Shareholders will surrender their shares. Out of those shares, you start reissuing to the shareholders, sorry, other general public. So here you have to go for Caesar approach. In Caesar approach, Andre, first, anything related to the shares routed through share surrender account, and whatever the balance left out prema, transfer it to Preeti account, capital reduction account. For example, shareholders are surrendering. Share capital is 100 lakh Deepa. They surrender 50%. So if they surrender 50%, what is the entry? Share capital account debit to share surrender account 5 lakh or 50 lakh, whatever. So whenever they surrender, transfer to share surrender account. Use the share surrender account only when it is a discharge to debenture holders, etc. Because I didn't explain properly. I'll explain again. Let's take an example. Equity share capital 100 lakh. Surrendered 50%. What is the entry? Equity share account debit 50 lakh. Share surrender account 50 lakh. Understood? Now that is equity share. Now they convert that into preference shares.
share surrender
No entry for conversion. When conversion andre stupid agino certificate stupid equity shares inging markon preference share bariodu adike entry tigala kata entry. So when there is a surrender, there is an entry. When there is a surrender, there is an entry. When they convert that into preference shares or some other share capital, no entry. When you issue this to debenture holders, you have to pass an entry. Share surrender account debit to say preference share capital or equity share capital. Artha aita? Barkoli bega. Internal reconstruction. Left side. Capital reduction account approach. Right side. Right side, share surrender account approach. Share surrender account approach. Say, equity share capital of 100 lakh. %60 surrendered. Converted into DJ. DJ bannale alva. Converted into 12% preference shares. $50 lakh of the same. $50 lakh of the same issue to debenture holders. Issue to ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಬರೀ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಸರೆಂಡರ್. ಏನಂಟ್ರಿ ದೀಪ?
No entry.
Equity share account debit 60 lakh. Share surrender.
ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ. ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹೇಳೋ. ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅರ್ಧಲ್ಲೇ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅವನು. ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ 60 lakh to share surrender account 60 lakh. Second group is the savior for many people. Last result all ನೋಡಿ ಚೈತ್ರ pass first group because of the second group mark ಅಲ್ವಾ. both group in first attempt because of set off of second group extra mark. Don't ignore. Equity share capital account debit to share surrender account 60 lakh. Small b for conversion red ink ಅಲ್ಲಿ no entry. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸಿ issuing to creators ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಶೇರ್ ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಶೇರ್ ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. Preference share capital account. Next line, the ultimate balance. The ultimate balance. You will continue. The ultimate balance. The ultimate balance is transferred to capital reduction account. On. As under share surrender account debit to capital reduction account. ಅಲ್ಲಿ capital reduction account ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಇದೆ? 60 lakh ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಡೆಬಿಟೆಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 50 lakh. 10 lakh ಇನ್ನು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ತಾನೆ. share surrender account debit to capital reduction account ಕನಿಷ್ಠ 10 lakh. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿ. goodwill return of 6 lakh. Goodwill return of 6 lakh. Preliminary expenses 3 lakh. Preliminary expense 3 lakh. In entry, assuming there is no other transaction. Capital reduction account debit 10 lakh. ದಿವ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋ ಅವಳು ಹುಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ.
Preliminary expenses.
ನಿನ್ಗೆ ದಿವ್ಯ ನಿನ್ನೆ ದಿವ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಳೆ ಅವಳು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ ಬೇಗ.
Sir, to goodwill account and preliminary expenses.
ದೀಪ ಹೊಡಿಯೇ ಹೊಡಿ ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡಿ.
Even I thought the same.
ಅವಳು ನೀನು ಹೊಡಿತಾಳೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡಿ. To preliminary expenses first, ಮತ್ತೆ goodwill order. To preliminary expenses 3 lakh. To goodwill 6 lakh.
To capital.
Very good. To capital balance. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಟ್ಕೆ ಇರೋದು. ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ನೋ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ n ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಟೋಲ್ಡ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ 3 ಸಲ ರೆಡ್ ಇಂಕ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಇಂಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ಬರೆದಿರಾ. ಕಾಂಟ್ ಫರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಸೋ ಈಸಿಲಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಸೇಮ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ಯಾ ಎರಡು ಥಿಯರಿ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತೇ. ದಿಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ರಿವಿಷನ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್, ಪ್ಯಾರಾ 3, ಮರ್ಜರ್ 5 ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್, ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್, ಪೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್, difference between PC and total share capital, Rashmi, adjust against free reserves. In difference between PC and net assets, goodwill or capital. Yeah, goodwill should be recorded only when it is a purchased goodwill. However, purchased goodwill. Para 36 waste and tige madu meda. Amount is for 5 years. Para 3 conditions glance ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. Purchase consideration is independent of method of amalgamation. Pooling of interest ಅಲ್ಲಿ goodwill ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Definition of the PP.
Purchase consideration means the aggregate of shares and other securities issued and payment made in the form of cash and other assets to the shareholders, equity and preference of transferor company. Para 3G.
Extremely important. Accounting treatment is over.
The treatment in transferor, same in all cases, irrespective of method of amalgamation.
Same way, amalgamation, absorption, exclusion, absolutely same. Amalgamation products show calculation of PC, its discharge and treatment. Okay, 3 important steps. These are steps what I discussed. Intercompany owings but unreal property barodilla. Transfer company barodilla. It comes only in transfer company. Ali creditors account debit to debtors account. Liabilities account say creditors, asset account say debtors. Unreal profit is there, goodwill of capital to stock reserve. Methods of computation of PC, net asset, payment and share exchange. How to compute? The regular notes and beautiful notes there. When how much to be given is given for both category, go by payment method. Otherwise, you have to go by net asset method. Artha
Sir.
Load example. Share capital 100 lakh. Shareholders discharged by 10% premium. 110 lakh. Shareholder discharged by issuing shares at 10% premium. PC is not known. You have to go by net asset method. Understanding, Baba? Am I too fast?
No, sir.
Internal reconciliation. Too important theory. Ramya, come back.
When a company decides to restructure its financial statements without liquidation, then such a process is called internal reconstruction. The 2 important points are the FA with
Written off. Fixed assets written off. Fixed asset, including PP and intangible asset, must be shown for 5 years compulsorily. Compulsory. The theory. At least.
Yes, sir.
the words and reduced to be suffixed to the name if and only if court so orders.
Rashmi, correction, madam. Last time we had the capital reduction account. Redemption account. Please make a correction if you get the material today. Capital reduction account. Okay. All profits and losses transferred to capital reduction account. Compulsory write-off, P&L debit balance, missing expenditure, fictitious, goodwill. Other asset if it is given. Ultimate balance. All constant notes are beautiful bag idea. Share surrender quick.
Share surrender account approach. All share reduction and share issue entries through share surrender account and balance of the same transfer to capital reduction account and other transactions supra. Note, share surrender account, no entry for conversion of shares. Pass entry only when shares are issued out of share surrender.
Conversion,
Yes,
conversion entry illa. Conversion thinking and so that's it. Understood everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Liquidation will do it tomorrow. The next corporate accounting is actually consolidation. I think confusion agbardo. Amalgamation with the consolidation, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ process same. Not everything. Okay. Balance sheet final step same almost. Line by line add ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? Amalgamation ಗೂ consolidation difference in ಬರೀ notes book quick ಆಗಿ. ಇದನ್ನ add ಮಾಡೋಣ. Left side ಅಲ್ಲಿ amalgamation, right side ಅಲ್ಲಿ consolidation. Negative photo. You studio height Chandan Negade. You look very short in this photo. 3 feet. And then ಎಷ್ಟು feet ಇದೆಯಾ? ಫೋಟೋ ಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಾಗಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇರ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಅದಿನ್ ಕೇಳೋದಂಗೆ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಹೇಳ ಎಷ್ಟ ಒಂದು ಹೈಟು ಅವ್ನು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್, ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಕನ್ಸಾಲಿಡೇಷನ್. ರೈಟ್ amalgamation ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರೀ 2 or 1 or amalgamation means absorption include ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. amalgamation / absorption ಹಾಕಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಂತ amalgamation / absorption ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ 1/2 or more companies get closed. ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್ 2 ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ 10 ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಬಿಗ್ ಫಿಶ್ ವೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ 10 ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಫಿಶ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವು ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ಪಕ್ಕದವರು ಇಬ್ಬರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. 1/2 or more companies gets closed. Right side, no company gets closed. Consolidation company mucho concept illa. Next point. It is a one-time exercise. It is a one-time exercise. Example, A Limited absorbs B Limited on 31st March 2021. Apply AS14 on 31st March 2014. Priyanka Pallavidar and Basale. ಇದು ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ವರೆಗೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲೋ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅದು? ಅಪ್ಲೈ ವಾಟ್
Apply AS14.
Apply AS14 as on 31st March 2021 and prepare merged balance sheet of A Limited. Merged balance sheet of A Limited. In the subsequent year, it is only A Limited balance sheet which exists. B Limited could close it. It is only A Limited balance sheet which exists. No application of AS14. No application of AS14 in the Uditya. No application of AS14 as on 31st March 22 and so on. Right side. It is a year-on-year exercise. It is a year-on-year exercise, comma, as long as parent-subsidiary relationship exists. Parent-subsidiary relationship exists. Example, H Limited acquires 60% in S Limited on 1st January 21. 1st January 21. Full stop. CBS is prepared. CBS ಅಂದ್ರೆ CFS ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Consolidated financial statements ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. Consolidated financial CFS, consolidated financial statements are prepared as on 31st March 21. ನಾನು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು 31st March 21, 22, 23, ... Full stop and continue. H Limited sells 12% on 14 February 26. Girlfriend ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡೋ ಕಾಸಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. H Limited sells what? 12%
on 14 February
2026. Comma, stake shall get reduced to stake. Kekala. Shareholding ಅಥವಾ stake gets reduced to 60 minus 48%. 48%. No more parent. 48% is not a parent company, alva. 50% ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, more than 50% ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಏನಾಯ್ತು? So no more parent subsidiary relationship. Hence, no consolidation as on 31st March 2026 and onwards. The associate alla ide final syllabus ಇಲ್ಲಿ consolidation ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡಿಗೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಎ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ absorb ಬಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. That's it. Once एक बार हो गया. That's it. But consolidation, okay, is a year-on-year exercise. It is stupid, but still I give the explanation. Amalgamation is like a marriage, one-time exercise. हो गया. That's it. Consolidation is a girlfriend's birthday celebration year-on-year. ಮದುವೆ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ವೈಫ್ ಬರ್ಡೇ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ? ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ವಾ? How to remember your wife's birthday, Deepa? Tell me. How your husband remember your birthday? ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ. How to remember wife's birthday? Very simple, Divya. Forget it once. She'll make you remember for life. You know, Arti, correct no? So forget it once. She'll make you remember for life. So consolidation, Dhruvi Shetty, Malkonde bittidare. Consolidation is year-on-year exercise. As long as I'm holding 60% plus, I have to do the consolidation. Amalgamation one-time exercise. Clear artha aayta elrigo? Next point, left alle. Next point. Apply AS14. Right side, apply Jandu Bob.
AS21.
21.
AS21. Next, below the left side. Here, a company acquires all assets and company acquires assets and liabilities. I don't say all. Some assets they may not take. Company acquires assets and liabilities. And after acquisition, only one entity exists. And hence, only only one financial. ಯಾರು ಮಜಾ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ದೀಪಾ? ನೀನವಳ ಯಾರೇ? ಅಮ್ಮ ಮಜಾ ಕೊಡ್ತಾವ್ರ? ಓಕೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋದ್ರೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತನಾ? Only one entity exists. And hence, only one financials. Correct, Pawan? Only one financials. Amya? Right side. You know, 3 entities. Tal se aital mila. Oh. Right, you know, Isha Kamat. 3 entities exist. Sorry. 2 entities coexist. Sorry. 2 entities coexist. That is H limited, S limited. Kanda. H limited, S limited. Hence, 3 financials. 3 ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳಿದೆ. 3 financials. That is 2 SFS, separate financial statements, and 1 CFS. Very good, Prema. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ 2 separate financial statement ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 1 ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 3 separate audit fees ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು CA ಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Okay, now consolidation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So first 2 within bracket 46. Holding company means a company which has got 1 or more subsidiaries. 2 within bracket 87. Subsidiary company, 2 RMRs. When majority of the composition of the board of directors is controlled by me, that is when you can have the right to appoint or terminate, remove more than half of the directors. That is called control definition. Right side is what? More than half of the voting power share is held by you. 5 directors in subsidiary company, 3 are appointed by me. I am a holding company. 100 lakh is the share capital, 60 lakh is held by me. I am a holding company. 2 within bracket 87 is a subsidiary company. So whenever there is a holding subsidiary, you have to do the consolidation. How to do? Consolidate balance sheet. Consolidation includes same 2 within bracket 40 finance statement. Ali balance sheet idre, illi consolidate balance sheet. Ali P&L idre, consolidate P&L. Ali cash flow statement idre, consolidate cash flow statement. Consolidated notes to accounts, 5 hours theory kelbodu. So assuming there is one holding company and 100 subsidiaries. Chain holding 3 layer ಆಗೋದು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. H limited, S1, S2. It cannot more than 2 layers. 2 layers, I'm sorry. H, S1, S2. ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮರೆಯಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್. Whereas one company, you can have Rahul is having 11 children, Chandan is having 11 children. Height of globalization ಅಂತ. Rahul and Chandan when they marry, okay, they'll fight and they say, see, look, your children and my children are fighting with our children. And Rahul Chandan, look, the height of globalization, America ಹಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ವೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್, ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ವೈಫ್ ಅವ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ದೇ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟಿಷನ್, isn't it? Okay, so Aarti, right? So height of globalization kya hai, Rahul and Chandan after they marry, look, your children and my children are fighting with our children. So adhe tara, when you talk about the consolidation, are you listening? Notes to accounts. So there is a H limited, there are 100 subsidiaries here, all under one idagate. H S1 S2 ಆಗತ್ತೆ, S2 ಕೆಳಗೆ S4 ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗಾಗತ್ತೆ. S1 S2 S3 S4 ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, ವಿಜುವಲೈಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? One company having ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ 100 subsidiaries, definitely possible. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ 100 ಪೇಜ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಎಂತ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಸಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ವಿ, 100 pages into 100 subsidiaries, 10,000 pages. ಏನು ಇದು ಹೇಳಿದು ತುಲಾಭಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ಕಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ that you should not do that. You should go by the group's materiality. In darshan, group's materiality important in the context of the group has to be considered. So CBS, CPL, CCFS, consolidated financial statement and notes account. P&L account ಮತ್ತೆ cash flow statement line by line add ಮಾಡಿ, line by line, very rarely asked. Intra company revenue transaction ಏನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅನಾಗ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. H limited as sold, S limited as purchase. Purchase in the purchase ತೆಗೆರಿ, ಸೇಲ್ಸ್ in the sales ತೆಗೆರಿ, commission in the commission. If anything is intra company ತೆಗೆರಿ, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿ. Consolidated balance sheet is important. Schedule as provided, page para number 13 to para 27 of ES 21 talks about consolidation procedures. I have point 6+2 steps. ಅದನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ. Step 1, determination of shareholding pattern. S limited ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಸುರಸುಂದರಿ, S limited ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ ಗಂಡ ಯಾರೋ ಸುರಸುಂದರ, ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಎರಡು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದೊಂಥರ ಬಸ್ ಹತ್ತುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೀಟ್ ಖಾಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಸೀಟ್ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ನಮ್ದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೀಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ರಶ್ ಇದೆ, ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಎಂಟರ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿದೆ. ಆಗ ನೀವು ಯು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ ಅಂತ. ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಖರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಮ್ಮೂರೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಖರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಹಾಕೋದು, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಿತಿ? ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಖರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಹಾಕಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸೀಟ್ ನಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇವನ್ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರು, ಮಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಹೋದಿದೆ, ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಏನೋ ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಳು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇದ್ದು, ಅವಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಅವಳು ನಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವಳೆ. ಅದು ಸೀಟಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗುಬೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅವಳು ನಾನೇ ಮದುವೆ, ಅವಳು ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಅಂತ ಖರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಹಾಕಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಖರ್ಚಿ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂರಿಸ್ತಾರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಆತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಜೋರಿದಾರೆ ಪಾಪದವ್ರು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ರೈಟ್, ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಏನ್ ಚಂದನ ಕಡೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾದೇನೋ? ನೀನ್ ಖರ್ಚೀಫ್ ಹಾಕಿದೇನೋ? ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದಾರೆ, ಹಾಕಿಲ್ವೇನೋ? ರೈಟ್ ರೈಟ್, ಟೀಕೆ. ನಾವು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಸೊ 6+2 steps. S limited ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. S limited ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ equity share capital means 100 lakh. H limited has invested how many shares? Number of shares. Say 10 lakh number, step 1, 2 RMRs. 6 lakh, minority interest 4 lakh. Ratio is 3:2. 6 lakh dot, face value X1 60 lakh. 4 lakh ದಿವ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಪಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳು ಸರಿ ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. 4 lakh into 10, 40 lakh X2. Right. Step 2 is very crucial. See, if you visualize, S limited balance sheet, share capital, first step. Other equity, reserves and surplus area, that's step 2. Reserves and surplus of S limited, middle of the page ಬರೆಯೋದು 2 RMRs. Pre-acquisition, post-acquisition. Pre-acquisition is also called capital profit. Opening balance in reserves and surplus, every item, current year profit if any, plus total bonus shares, make a circle, 2 RMRs. X, A1, A2, A1 in red ink, A2 in blue ink. Right side. Post-acquisition, from the date of acquisition till balance sheet date. So, ಅಲ್ಲಿ 6 months ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. 1st October 2020 I acquired. The consolidated balance sheet is on 31st March 2026. 2020 the 26 ವರೆಗೆ post acquisition. Whatever the profit you have, so post acquisition, reserve separate, P&L separate ಬರಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ, so reserves ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 RMRs, P&L ಇಂದ 2 RMRs less. Any depreciation impact on the revaluation minus ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Unrealized profit on upstream approach. ಯಾವುದು? upstream approach ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ 2 RMRs. ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ಶೇರ್, ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಇಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ B1 ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟ ಬಂದ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾಗಾವಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ B1 ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್. ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬಿಚ್ಚು. ಓಕೆ, ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 2A ಬೋನಸ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ 2 RMRs C1 C2. ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 2B ರಿವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ 2 RMRs D1 D2. ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 4 ಆಲ್ 2 series ಆಡ್ ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ X2, A2, B2, C2, D2. Everything you add. Step 4 ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು minority interest. Step 3, first time you have seen the holding company's old balance sheet figure. Investment in subsidiary company as shown on the asset side of the balance sheet less X1, A1, E1, C1, D1. Allo special item preference share capital ಏನಾಗಿದ್ರೆ if holding company has purchased, let us say 10% less. If balance 90% minority interest ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಬೇಕೋ minority interest. ಅದೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Preference share capital. Okay. So ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. Yes, limited preference share capital. Check लिखना है. आँख ओपन करके सोना नहीं. वो निद्या मरता है बिड़िगे. इधर है. What is the time in Chennai now? 6:30. Yeah.
Same
Yes,
time.
Same time. Chennai. I'm asking Madan Chennai because she thinks actually Chennai is 4 hours ahead of Bangalore. Banbido. Chennai. Next, continue. Chennai. Okay. 1. Madan, what are the times are there? Madan, Dubai.
It's 8:45 now, sir.
8:45. You are behind India anytime. India is ahead. Tell this to Sheikh of Dubai. It is always told them. Let him shake. Okay. Yo. Nice. Okay. Continue. Yeah. Where are we? One kade divi.
Yes.
Yes, limited preference share capital.
Preference capital 100 lakh. H limited acquired. ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಸಾಕು. ಮೂಗು ತುರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬಿಸಾಕಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ. So H limited acquired 10% in such preference shares. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊ. ಅನಗ 10% in preference shares. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2 RMRs. 10 lakh to be reduced in step 3. 10 lakh to be reduced in step 3. Right side. 90 lakh to be added in step 3. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ wait. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 3 ಮಾಡಿದ್ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲ ಮೈನಾರಿಟಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ದೆನ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10 lakh to be reduced in step 3 good will step right side 90 lakh to be added in step 4 minority interest ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ 90 lakh is preference shareholders are just shareholders, they are not the real owners. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? What am I trying to say? The real ownership 60-40 ಎಷ್ಟರ equity shares ಮಾತ್ರ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. Preference share is only for a namke vaste. Whatever they want, there can be possibility 100% preference share capital can come under minority interest. Innonsala next line. If H limited has acquired nil stake in preference share capital. Then entire preference share capital will appear in
Minority interest step 4.
Entire preference share capital shall appear under minority interest. Artha aita? Yeah. So step 1, determination of shareholding power. Step 2, analysis of reserve surplus. Step 3, goodwill. Step 4,
Minority interest.
Excellent. Step 5, intercompany wings. Adu amalgamation lo barutte. So debtors creditor, BR, BP, discount. Allo special point andre BR, H limited BR drawn is 10 lakh. S limited BP should be 10 lakh, assuming it's between two companies. Where a company three ella. So but they say BP 10 lakh. Barkod bega. H limited BR 2 lakh. Asset side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಶೇಪ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Next, S limited is a revision class. So if you attended the regular class only, you will understand. So ಅದು 90%, 10% you will cover. If you are not attended, Hare Rama, Hare Jesus Christ. Next, S limited below that BP 10 lakh. Next, case 1. Entire BR of H limited. Entire BR of H limited belongs to S limited. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮಲ್ಕೋತಾರಂತ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬಿಡ. ಎಂಟೈರ್ BR of ಅವ್ರ ಎದ್ದೇಳಾಗ ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡಿಟ್ರೆ Entire BR upon H limited belongs to S limited. Answer, reduce 2 lakh. Ananya Shetty, Jade. Janmashtami Inia Urudu. Inia, Inchinamber Shetraka, Undila Sarni, Jori, anyone pay or 11. Reduce entire 2 lakh from Yellata. Elli Deepa, Janmashtami or Deepa, Yatarana.
Ivattu, sir.
Adri. Next. It is entire 2 lakh. Reduce 2 lakh. Reduce 2 lakh from both sides. Japai, Mukundia. Or help Malkondia, Malkonde Kukun class. 2 lakh from both sides. Next, case 2. Case 2. Entire BP of S limited. Shetty. Entire BP of S limited belongs to H limited. How is it possible? Agata, anybody?
Discounted.
Answer. Reduce 10 lakh or 2 lakh, whichever is less. Is equal to 2 lakh. 2 lakh is just mathematical common sense. Reduce what? 10 lakh or 2 lakh, whichever is less, is equal to 2 lakh. Below that, it means BR of 8 lakh. 20. BR of 8 lakh is discounted with the bank or endorsed. Is discounted the bank, which is a real liability to the group. Which is a real liability to the group. Asset side Aditi 2 lakh in 10 lakh. Obviously 10 lakh includes 2 lakh. 10 lakh include 2 lakh agate. That means 2 lakh, that asset side BR, they are discounted with someone. That's why our liability continues to be 8 lakh. So the last one, unrealized profit on stock. So estimate has sold goods to the H limited upstream, small parent melee, estimated H limited. If that is the case, that profit anna step 2 nalli minus madಬೇಕು unrealized profit ಇಂದ. Whereas if it is the downstream, H limited has sold to S limited, then step 6 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. Unrealized profit in downstream reduced from the consolidated P&L account. In both the cases, upper stream, amma stream, stock ಇಂದ you have to reduce from the asset side. So ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, upstream ಅಲ್ಲಿ profit portion will be reduced from step 2 post acquisition. Whereas downstream ಅಲ್ಲಿ profit portion will be reduced from the consolidated P&L account in the balance sheet. In both the cases, asset side ಎಲ್ಲಿ reduce ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Stock ಇಂದ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Unrealized profit ಅದು 1/4 on cost, 1/5 on sales, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ದೇವರಿಗೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಜನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ ಇದೆ ಭಜನೆ, ಜನ್ಮಾಷ್ಟಮಿ. Unrealized profit on stock 2 RMRs. Right side ಬರ್ತಿ, asset side, right side, asset side reduce from stock. Right side change ಆಗಲ್ಲ, stock ಅಥವಾ equipment whatever. Left side ಬರ್ರಿ, left side liability side, underline, ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗೆ liability side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ 2 RMRs. Upstream ಅಂದ್ರೆ sales by S limited to H limited. Upstream sale by S limited to H limited. Upstream ಅಂದ್ರೆ sale by S limited to H limited. Deepa. Reduce in step 2 post acquisition. Right side downstream, reduce from consolidated P&L in CBS. Reduce from consolidated P&L in CBS. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಲೈನ್ ಬೈ ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಡು? ಯು ಟು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಲೈನ್ ಬೈ ಲೈನ್. ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ಈಸಿ. ನೀವು 2 ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೈನ್ ಬೈ ಲೈನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷನ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So all assets you add, all liabilities you add, share capital only of H limited. One common sense is whatever the item of S limited you have taken in the steps should not come in the consolidated balance sheet. So share capital of S limited, you have already considered Barangila step 1. Reserves and surplus of S limited, you already considered step 2. Barangila Barkodi. Items given in the balance sheets and considered in 6+2 steps. Considering 6+2 steps of CBS won't appear again in CBS. Won't appear again in CBS. That is S limited's share capital, reserves and surplus. Share capital, reserves surplus. And H limited's,
Investment.
Very good, excellent. H limited investment in S limited. That means share capital only H limited. So, however, B1 and Ashtabanda Maritis glue other pay account add B1. Artha Tailrigo. Yeah. Crystal clear? Crystal clear? Right. Next. Banking company, the last topic of the day. Banking, section 5C of the 51C defines what is banking company. A company which transacts the business of banking in India is called banking company. 5 within the bracket B says banking means beautiful definition. Definition itself will talk about the format. Accepting, comma, for the purpose of lending or investment, comma, of deposits of money from the public, comma, repayable on demand of the residents, comma, and withdrawal by check, draft, order, or otherwise, comma, close. So banking, there are some interesting ratios. First one, statutory liquid ratio. Every banking company, section 24, must maintain certain prescribed percentage of schedule 3 demand and time liabilities in the form of CGU, most liquid asset, cash, including cash in hand, cash in bank, etc. G means gold, unencumbered approved securities. Next, reserve fund, section 17. Every banking company has to transfer at least 20% of the current year profit to a reserve called, very good Aditi, reserve called statutory reserve fund. Next, CRR, 42 within the bracket 1A of the RBI Act, where the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Every banking company has to pay a certain prescribed percentage, or the percentage in the RTPL baratte. November 22 RTP release agide. Okay. So accounts yes, RTP release agide. Okay. Release agide. So note code. So percentage of the deposit should be kept with the RBI. CRR you have to keep with RBI. SLR with yourself with the CGU. Statutory reserve fund is transferring from current year profit to reserve fund. Artha, these are 3 reserves. Aditi, okay. 3 reserves to be maintained. Next, NBA, non-banking asset means assuming I have given loan to Darshan J. Shetty by taking building as a security. If it doesn't repay, I take over his building. The building is called non-banking asset, shown under schedule number 11. So non-banking asset. Next, most important classification of advance, performing and non-performing. NPA means an advance where interest or principal or both are outstanding for more than 90 days.
90 days.
Very good, Aditi. So interest or principal or both are exceeding the 90 days called non-performing. You can class easily. Okay. Class 90 account or non-performing students. Active 90 account 90 account or non-performing asset. Revision class 90 correct 90 account, right. So more than 90 days is called NPA. What is performing asset is also called standard asset other than NPA. Perfect definition. So now advances can be classified into performing asset. Under NPA, it can be substandard, NPA for more than 12 months. Then doubtful, NPA, innocently. Substandard means an advance which is doing perfectly well, no issue. Substandard will 3 RMR. NPA will 3 RMRs. NPA will 3 RMRs. Substandard. Moment it becomes NPA, it's called substandard for next to 12 months. Standard is which is doing perfectly well. Moment it becomes NPA, that's called No, it's called, because NPA is called what, Aditi? Yeah. It's called substandard. The mobile on. So substandard. Moment it becomes NPA, that's called substandard. For next to 12 months, it is called substandard. Beyond 12 months, it is called doubtful. Doubtful ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ D1 for 1 year, D2 for 2 years, 1 to 3 years, 1 to 2 years, 1 to 3 years, above 3 years, called D3. Loss assets somewhere where banker, RBI, if someone has said this Vijay Malla is a, what you call, he is not going to pay the money. So it is identified as a loss, that is called loss asset. You need to make a provision. If it is the standard asset, 0.4%, 1% alarm, adikintlu kami 0.4%. If it is a substandard, secured other 15%, unsecured other 25%.
25.
25% doubtful, unsecured other 100%. First of all, doubtful, other will unsecured 100%. Whereas if it is a doubtful, secured other D1, first item will yavdo 25%.
20.
D2, 50 plus 25%.
40%.
And D3, 100%.
100.
Standard 0.4, then substandard, secured 15, unsecured 25. Doubtful, secured 25, 40, D1, D2, D3, 25, 40. Doubtful, unsecured 100%. Loss is at double of 100%. If these advances are guaranteed by ECGC or DICGC, 100 lakh is the amount, 2 RMRs, secured, unsecured. Say assuming it is a D2 on code. So 100 lakh, 2 RMRs. Secured is, let's say, 40 lakh. Unsecured 60 lakh. Guarantee kododu unsecured mere. Secured mere tikalta kattake guarantee kododu. 60 lakh mere, say 40% is guarantee by ECGC or DICGC. A portion ge provision madangilla. Whatever is the ECGC, DICGC. Balance unsecured matte secured portion madbeku. Innondsala helna barkoli. D2, 100 lakh. 100 lakh. I'll level dash. 40% secured. 50% ECGC. 50 beta. 70%. ECGC. ECGLA. ECGC. Export Credit Guarantee Corporation. Or the Deposit Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation. Middle of the page. 100 lakh. D2. 2 RMRs. Secured is to 40%.
Yes.
40 lakh. 40 lakh. Make a circle. Right side. Unsecured 60 lakh. Deepa 60 lakh. 60 lakh is 2 RMRs. You know.
70%. 42 lakh.
Guaranteed. ECGC. Guaranteed 70% of 60 lakh is 42 lakh. 42 lakh is circle. No provision. Government provision, not guarantee provision. No provision. Right side. 18 lakh. Unsecured and unguaranteed. 100. Correct. So next extreme left D2 secured. Secured guest store. D2 40%.
40%.
Very good. So yes. 40 lakh provision. 40 lakh into 40%, 16 lakh. 40 lakh Correct alva? It is Divya. D2 hai, secured hai. 40 lakh into 40%, 16 lakh. Make a circle. Next, last figure. 18 lakh into 100%. Unsecured alva, Pratibha.
Yes.
18 lakh into 100%, 18 lakh. 18 lakh matte 16 lakh total ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು 34 lakh. Is the provision. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Yeah, this is the concept of NPA. Next, RBD ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Provision against income received in advance. So what happens? You are a banker. Who are you?
Banker.
I come to you on 1st March. I discount the bill of 3 months. You take entire discount amount anaga for 3 months. Other discount income irutte. Adake 1 month ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 1st March. 2 months is received in advance. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ provision ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಚೈತನ್ಯ. A provision is called RBD. Rebate on bills discounted. So the entry is RBD account debit to discount account. That's RBD, sorry, discount account debit to RBD account. I'm sorry. Discount debit ಆಗಬೇಕು, RBD create ಆಗಬೇಕು. RBD should be shown on schedule number 5. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? This is a theoretical aspect. One more. Investments of a banking company are classified as HTT, HTM, and available for sale. Held to trade, like current investments, held to maturity, long-term investment, then available for sale. Next, format of the banking company is given in third schedule. In syllabus third schedule. But Roman number 3 is normal companies. THIRD, third schedule, Prema, Bama, third schedule, section 29. Okay, ilote. Chacha, Tachina, Pachina. Pachina in the So, third schedule, section 29, BRA 1949, Banking Regulation of 1949. Form A is balance sheet. Form B is P&L. Form A. So, first SR, SDO or CDO. Okay. Yeah. So CR, SR what? DBO. Share capital, reserves and surplus, then deposits, borrowings, other liabilities and project. Who are you? Banker. For you, the major liability deposit. Schedule number 3, borrowings for other liabilities. Other vertical there. Who are you? Banker. For you, major asset is liquidity formula, cash. So first, cash in hand and balance with the RBI, schedule number 6. Balance with other banks, money at call and short notice, schedule number 7. Investments 8, schedule number 9, very important, advances. Pre-deposit, 9 advances. Yes, 10, fixed asset, PP is schedule number 10. 11 is other assets. 5 liabilities, capital, reserve surplus, deposits, borrowings, other liabilities and provisions. Below that, assets, cash and balance with RBI, balance with other banks, money at call and short notice, investments 8, then advances 9, fixed assets 10, other assets 11. Below that, 2 items without schedule. Contingent liabilities, schedule number 12, bill for collection, no schedule number. Contingent liability, schedule number 12, bill for collection, no schedule number. Next, P&L account, Form B, 13 and 14, interest and other income. 15 and 16, interest expended, operating expenses and special item provisions and contingencies. Total of 1 minus total 2, first profit or loss, but the opening balance, total money, Roman number 4, appropriation. First point you should write is current year profit into 20%. Statute is that any other appropriation when balance carried to balance sheet. Reason of the deposits, advances, schedule, format of the deeds and note. Banking company, glance money. Accepting for banking means inverted commas. NBA assets acquired. CRR percentage RTP note console update ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So ನಾನು ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ 4% ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Then 20% of the current year profit for advance. Okay. Revenue recognition. Performing asset is always based on accrual. NPA based on cash basis. Previous quarter reverse ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay. Percentage you understood. DACBC fine. Some common items of schedule 5. Security deposit, green sari hakidaro nama inti alla. Deposit on the schedule 3 alla. Security deposit comes under schedule number 5. PPA, LC, telegraph transfer. Now gold and silver both are shown under schedule number 8. Right. So compulsory transfer 20%. Correction madam Rashmi. 20%. Okay. To whatever. Next. Balance sheet liabilities 1 to 5. Assets 6 to 11. Contingent liability schedule number 12. No schedule for BFC. 13 and 14 income, 15 and 16, no schedule for provisions and contingencies. 8% NBFC model. Consolidation. Consolidation means aggregating the financials, okay, of subsidiary, joint venture, etc. Is the holding company definition, subsidiary company. Layer, there cannot be more than one layer, and the ideally not one. Here is a glance money. Steps extremely important for balance sheet. Shareholding pattern, then analysis of profit, minority interest. This is better in interchange notes. Step 3 is goodwill. Step 4, intercompany owings and their profit. Then the steps are correct again.
Yes, sir.
Detailed notes is there. Extremely important. Illi step 1 alli x1 and x2 barutte. Illi x1 and x2 barutte. Illi phase 1 nodabeko. Illi A1 A2 B1 B2 B1 ಅನ್ನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ ಯಾ ದೆನ್ C1 C2 ಇದು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 3 ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ 2 ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು A2 B2 C2 D2 ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 4 ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಸ್ X1 A1 C1 D1 B1 ಬರಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟರ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ disclosure requirement of AS21. Para 11 says, if you are not doing a consolidation, you have to give the reason for disclosure. Only two cases. One is if it is suffering from the long-term restriction to transfer the funds and the temporary investment. You should not do the consolidation. Everything else you should do the consolidation. Para 11, exclusion from consolidation. Different nature of business is not a reason. Exclusion from consolidation. Number one, subsidiary suffers from subsidiary suffer from severe long-term restriction on transfer of funds. Severe long-term restriction on transfer of funds. So subsidy is a Ramya, but I cannot do anything with your funds. Then what is the use of you being a subsidy? I cannot control you. And number two, temporary investment, like stock in trade. Purchase money, the sale money. Consolidation. Check temporary investment. Evening shuru ಆಯ್ತು valid ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ಅಂತವ್ರೆ. ಶೇರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಮ್ಮ?
Yes, sir.
ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ RTP November 22 RTP ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. RTP ನಲ್ಲಿ 6, 7, 8, 9 is what is the question of syllabus what I discussed today. ಇದು May 22 RTP similar structure ಇದೆ. ನಾನು just glance ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ. This question, one question ನೋಡಿ, amalgamation absorption ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಆಕಾಶ್ ಗಂಗಾ ಯೋಜನಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಒಂದು ಆಕಾಶ್ ಗಂಗಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ಮಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಇದು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದು ಆಕಾಶ್, ಯಾವ್ದು ಗಂಗಾ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬೋತ್ ದ ಕಂಪನಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡೇಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಕಂಪನಿ ಆಕಾಶ್ ಗಂಗಾ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಎಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್. ಎಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಆಲ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ given the valuation except present are taken over. The other assets are not taken over. Realize value of the current asset value ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. PP are taken over at book value. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೀಗ ದೇವರು? Each item ಗೆ they are given what is the asset taken over, liability taken over ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದಿತ್ತು ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ದೇವರು? ಆಕಾಶ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಗಂಗಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಇದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಈಚ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಸೆಟ್? ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು assets taken over, PP at book value, current assets, okay, respectively 80%. The calculation you ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು and follow the approach what I gave, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ ದೇವರಿಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಬರೀತಾರೆ equity shares to be given blah blah blah. Journal entries ಕೇಳಾರೆ ವೆರಿ ರೇರ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆಸ್ journal entries for amalgamation ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಲೆಡ್ಜರ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೇಳಾರೆ. Prepare a balance sheet after amalgamation. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್. ಈಸಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಡೆಬಿಟ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ಅದು 10 rupees ಶೇರ್ ಅನ್ನು 5 rupees ಅಂತ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟು ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರತಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಇಟ್ಟು ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾನು. ರಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇವ್ರ ತರ LBM ತರ ಬರೀಬೇಡಿ. ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ P&L ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರ್ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಗರ್, ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ದೇವರಿಗೆ? ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿದು ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನು? P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ P&L ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾತ್ರ 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ಕನ್ಸಾಲಿಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೇಳೋರೆ. ಇದು ನೈಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಫಾಲೋ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಟಾಟ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾಲೋ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಗಿವ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ದೇವರಿಗೆ? ಯಾ, similar questions were there in November 22. ಯಾವುದು? November 22 similar question ಇದೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟಿವ್ ಅಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ November 22 ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ದೇವರಿಗೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಸೊ ಇದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ November 22 RTP question 6 goodwill valuation step 1 capital employed assets minus external liabilities assets minus external liability dash remove exclude non-trade investment. Although CF ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲು exclude what? Non-trade investment. Special adjustment. Non-trade investment ಅಂದ್ರೆ the investment in whose trade you are not interested. ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು? So Infosys investing in Infosys BPO is a trade investment. Infosys investing in Bata Limited ಅದನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ? Capital employed ಅನ್ನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Very important adjustment. Step 1 ಅದು. Step 2 compute FMP. Future maintainable profit. FMP easy ಇದೆ FMP that is compute SAP ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು simple average profit exclude non trade investment income important point ಇದು capital employed in the ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ನಾನ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅದರ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಸದ್ಯ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅನನ್ಯ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅರ್ಥ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇನ್ಫೋಸಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಬಾಟಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಇಂದ ಬಾಟಾ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಯು ರಿಮೂವ್ ದ ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಕಾಮಾ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ abnormal profit if any abnormal items maintainable profit ಅಲ್ಲಿ abnormal items ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಾನು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಟೂ ಲೇಟ್ ಟುಮಾರೋ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಯು ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ವಾಟ್
Abnormal item.
TFL ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ FMP means future material profit you should exclude ಆಂಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ FMP should exclude ಆರ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಆಂಟಿ AANT A for abnormal items. Another A for accounting policy to be uniform. Accounting policy, ಎರಡು ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ FIFO ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ LIFO ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಟು ಬಿ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಹಬ್ಬ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ದೀಪ ನಿನ್ ಚಾರ್ಮೆ ಫುಲ್ ಜೋಶಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ದೀಪಾ ಕೆಪಿ ನೈಸ್ ಆಟ್ ಹಬ್ಬ ಚಾರ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ದಿವ್ಯಾ ಕೆಪಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ನಗ್ತೀಯ ಎಲ್ಬಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಇಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಡಿ ಒಂದು ಇಕ್ಕೆ ದೀಪ ಹೊಡಿ ಹೊಡಿ ಜ್ವರ ಹೊಡಿ ಹಂಗೆ ನಿಜ ಹೊಡಿ ನಿನ್ ಚಾರ್ಮ್ ಸಕಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಏನದು ಸೊ abnormal items to be excluded accounting policy to be made uniform non-trade investment income to be excluded tax rate future rate ಯಾವ ರೇಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ರೇಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ರೈಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ 3 goodwill ಗೆ two arrows ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರ ಇದು PUC ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಯಾರು ಬರಲ್ಲ ಬರೆದಿರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಗಾಳಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಇಂಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ನೆನಪಿದೆಯಾ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆನ್ಯುಟಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅವರೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ವೇಟೆಡ್ ಅವರೇಜ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಆನ್ಯುಟಿ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಇಂಜಿನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ 19,85,000 ಇದೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ 693 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾರ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕಿ FMP ಬೈ NRR ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ FMP 6,93,000 ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 18% ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಸೊ 693 by 18% 38,50,000 ಬಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಈಸ್ 1985 ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಅದರ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರಿ ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ನಾಳೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಕನ್ಸಿಲಿಯೇಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10 rupees and 5 rupees ಇತ್ತು 100 rupees 75 rupees ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡೇಷನ್ ನಾಳೆ ನೋಡಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ದೇ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಗೋತ್ರ ಮಾಡಿ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಗೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದೆಯಾ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಜನರಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋನಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಬೋನಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬರೀ November 22 ಕ್ವಶನ್ 11 ಬೋನಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ 8:3 ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡಿವಿಡೆಂಡ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಅದು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಾಳೆ ರಿಮೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ May 22 question paper. First question will always be on accounting standards. ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am going at a good pace because we are ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು can a company issue shares with differential right ಅಂತ ಥಿಯರಿ ಇದೆ ನಾಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಬಟ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ 3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೇರ್ ಎಮಾಲ್ಗಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೇರ್ ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಫೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ Bright Limited will issue 5 equity shares for every share, blah, blah, blah. That means this is a payment method of PC. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ payment
method.
This question also similar question ನಿಮ್ಮ notes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ similar question ditto question figures different ಅಷ್ಟೇ name different ಮತ್ತೆ Moon and Subsidiary Limited ಇದು ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೇಳೋಣ ಇದೊಂದು ಇದು ನಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೇಳೋಣ May 22 okay very rarely they ask this also you can do it ಮತ್ತೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈಸಿ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಓವರ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಲಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಓಕೆ ಬೈಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ನೋಡಿ ಪೇ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಇದು ಡಿಕ್ಟೋ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ CC ಓಡಿ ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಾ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ NPA ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನೆನಪಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು ಎನಿಬಡಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪನಿದು ಈಗ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ನಾವು ವೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇದೇ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ NPA ಪ್ರೊವಿಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಮೋರ್ ದನ್ 25% ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ as liability 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ನೀವು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 2 ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿ ರೇರ್ ಚಮಕ್ ಬರೋದು 3 ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ನೌ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಈ ನಾನು May 22 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ May 22 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಒಂದು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇನಾ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇದಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ
Unit 5 or 6.
ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅಕ್ಕ ನನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಆಫ್ ICA ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪೇಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ವರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, sir.
ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ NPA provision, bank should not more than 25%. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. So if you attended the regular class and also now if you trust whatever the revision we did, ಅದು 3 question almost ಒಂದು 10 marks ಗೆ ಒಂದು 20 marks ಗೆ almost. So almost 40 marks ಬಂದಾಯ್ತು 3 ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಸಿ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ 100 ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ 2 ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ರಿಸ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್. ಓಕೆ, all of you reasonably understood?
Yes, sir.
So thanks to the YouTube viewers.
Thank you, sir.
YouTube